Good morning. It is time for your Friday dose of sunshine with Sami Vecchiolla. Today I have a really special guest. She is not only one of my best friends, but she is an amazing business owner and has taught me so much. She is Julia Moore from J.Moore Insurance. She is a fabulous insurance provider in the Westchester area, but she's also licensed in a larger area of the region, and she'll talk more about that. Julia is very, very happy. And that's why I brought her on, because not only does she bring a smile to everyone's face, but she is a kind and gentle spirit that brightens your day every time you speak with her. So I'm going to bring Julia on. Julia.
Hi, good morning.
So can you tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Yes, my name's Julia Moore, and Sammy is one of my best friends. I am a Philly girl at heart, so I was born and raised in the Philadelphia area and the Philly suburbs. So yes, I like the Eagles and the Phillies, Flyers, and Sixers. And I grew up going to the Jersey Shore, probably like, good morning, Davin. Going to the the Jersey Shore in Sea Isle City particularly. So I spent a lot of my summers in Sea Isle. I worked there as a waitress since I was like 13. I've been working since I was 12 or 13. And grew up in Garnet Valley, Pennsylvania, which is Delaware County. So it's as far south as you can get, right next to Delaware. And I loved it. I loved that area. I still love it. My sister lives in Philadelphia now, and I'm there once a month at least now because I have a new nephew. And I know, I'm so excited. I came up here about 5.5 years ago, maybe 6 years almost now. And I did that to start my business, and there was a really great opportunity here. So here I am, and now Westchester's my home, and I've learned to love that just as much as I love Philly. So this is me.
That's awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about the insurance that you cover and the different, talk about insurance for a second.
Yes. So I basically started doing insurance by accident right out of college. So when I graduated college, it was the middle to the end of the recession in 2008. And I just got hired by through a temp agency. And I never thought in a million years I would work in insurance. It's not a real vibrant, bubbly industry, but I feel like, but I bring that to it because there's a lot of service around that. And especially when you're in a small agency, you get to have that bubbliness. You get to have that brand, that personality, and that's what keeps my customers. So I worked for an awesome agent out of Philly. Shout out to McCollum Insurance. Still good friends with those guys. They're amazing. And he was really supportive of me coming up here. So when I got that entrepreneurial little spirit about me, he supported that all the way. And I started in Westchester, not even knowing how to get around. I picked Mount Kisco because it was a dot in the middle of the county, and I knew I wanted to be here. And it's not something I would imagine me doing when I was young, but it's something that I gravitate towards, and I keep learning, and I'm learning all the time, and it's been really rewarding and fun for me.
You have some really amazing clients I've been lucky enough to meet. And you service a lot of restaurants, so we've been eating at a lot of the restaurants that you service, and we will plan to do that once we're allowed to.
Yes, I've been trying to support them all during the takeout season that is the pandemic, but yeah, they're doing all right. I think the restaurant community is finally seeing that excitement of outdoor seating now that the weather is good. But yeah, I work with a lot of restaurants probably because I'm very comfortable in a restaurant setting, and with very A-type personalities to run and own a restaurant, you have to be on your game, and I like that. So it's fun for me to work with those guys, and I grew up working in the restaurant, so I get it. I get the hustle, and it's exciting for me. But I work with a lot of different businesses too, so they're just where I gravitate towards.
Do you want to talk about some of the other products that you do?
Yes. So I'm not just a business insurance agent. I also can help you with your home and car insurance, and I do that all the time. So half of my business is personal insurance, so your home, your car, your condo, your renter's insurance. I can even do pet insurance probably a little bit.
Can I interject for a second? Because one of the things that I love about you is that I've been like dying to be one of your clients since the minute I met you. I was like, come on, like I have Geico, just take me over, take my insurance. And you were like, you're not going to save money if you switch over to me. And you are one of those people that has very high integrity, and you give people the best advice and you let them make the decision based on what's best for them. And I appreciate that about the way you do insurance, which is fantastic.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. I'm really passionate about that. And I think my industry does not do a great job of supporting the customer, really. And I think it's always about saving time and saving money, saving time and saving money. But the longevity of a customer is in helping them get into the best situation so that you're covering as many situations as possible. You can never cover everything, but if I feel like I'm not giving some kind of value, I just can't take the business just to make a sale. It's not part of what I do. I can't sleep at night. But now you're my client. It took you a couple of years, but now I got you in a good situation.
Yeah, it took my husband. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So I really I'm so honestly, like, my life has changed since we have met. You have been a driving force in my business. You have provided me with many referrals, and the reason I wanted to bring you on is because everyone talks about how we're like two peas in a pod in business, and we're always in each other's business, literally. And people are even commenting, two of my favorite people.
Hi, Lisa.
Yeah, we're really one person, but just kidding. But I just want to say that we weren't always this close. And I think that has come within the last 2 years or so. Yeah. But we've known each other since, I think I joined Master Networks in 2016, and that's how we met.
Yes.
And I didn't even think you liked me.
I know, which I don't understand that. I feel like I have a pretty bubbly personality. I must have been having a bad day.
Yeah. I think, well, when we met at a Young Professionals Networking event, and you were running the event, and you were super stressed out, and I took that like, oh, okay. But then the second time we met, we were much more friendly and happy. And then I actually was honored.
She's
Amber is having a heart attack that we're not bringing her up. Sorry, Amber. But I actually you hired me before we became really good friends. And I was able to sell your house.
Well, the reason I hired you was because we met through Master Networks, and you said, just let me come and do a CMA. So that's like a property, whatever you call it. What is it?
Market analysis.
Yeah. So I said, great, come over. And what I really appreciated was you said, we were like, well, we're thinking of finishing the basement. We're thinking of finishing this. We're thinking of doing this. And you were like, well, if you really want to resell in the next few years, it's this, 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 and this. And it was so awesome. So 6 months later was when you got the call, because I was like, cool, I can't go with anyone else. We did those things. So you were awesome.
Thanks. Thank you for the opportunity too. And do you want to talk about the process at all? Like what happened when we worked together?
Oh my gosh, yes. Well, Sammy's amazing, first of all. I didn't have to think about anything. And she even told me how to stage my house. So she was walking around telling me what to take off the walls, what to put on the walls. She made me buy a certain specific air thing, purifier thing, which was great. And I actually feel like it went so smoothly, and we ended up getting six offers in the first 3 days, and we ended up selling the house for $100,000 more than we bought it for 3 years ago. And I truly think, I mean, we did some updates, but it was strategic, and I thought that it was an awesome experience. And my favorite thing that I always tell everyone is that at the closing table, when I'm signing papers, Sammy's at the house removing these logs that the new seller needed us to remove. Like you were in your flip-flops, I think, and a dress.
No, I was in a dress and heels.
Yes, moving wood off of a property into this brush or whatever, and I was so impressed by that. I don't know what other real estate agent would do that, but you have my back. And that was before.
Yeah. It was my workout for the day, so thank you for that. It was a wonderful experience, and honestly, like, I think after that, we weren't even friends like closely after that for another year. So everyone thinks, we're like so close all the time, but it really was. Amber Joe has to remind us that it was because we worked out together all the time. So
yeah, we did. The three of us would work out.
we
And
would
Amber's
work
a really good trainer. So if you're looking for a trainer, shout out to Amber Joe.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's a killer trainer, so be careful. And she'll sign you up for Spartan races when you don't want to do them.
Sure will.
So I want to know, you are one of the most positive people I know. You're always happy-go-lucky. So what inspires you to stay so happy and positive all the time?
I was thinking about this, and I feel like I love a good underdog story. I love a good come up. I am inspired by people who work really hard and reach their goals. And when I hear passion in people's voice talking about things that they love, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's cotton balls. I get inspired by that. So I get super, super excited when I have my goals and I feel really passionate about something and I get to chase it. And I do have really big goals and I plan on getting all of the things that I want. And I'm very tenacious about that, but I try to do that by hitting small milestones. I like to celebrate, me and you. We love to celebrate a Tuesday when the sun's out. So I think doing that stuff too is just gratitude love.
Enjoying your life too. Like I know that you are developing a business to have a very what people are looking for, like that work-life balance. Like you've created that for yourself, and I so appreciate that. I mean, I know both of us are really into travel, and you love to go down to the Keys, and I think developing a life where you can do that and still function as a fully servicing business owner is so important.
Yeah.
And Lisa said that's why you're such a great accountability.
Well, I get excited when other people get excited. So when somebody's excited about their goals, I think I'm excited for them. So I'm always checking in. So that's probably why I actually do get excited. That's, I think, why I do business insurance well, because I get so excited when I get to go and learn the ins and outs of a business, and I get to see really where the risk is, right? So it's kind of boring when you talk about it like that. But I like that business drive, and when people grow and there's so many moving parts, and that's a passion for me for sure. And it's not always fun and easy. Like there's challenging times, and I get challenged like the best of them. But I think when you bring it back, it's always you have to celebrate the small things when you're in our position of it's a daily grind, and every day you start at zero. So every day it's start again. Here we go.
That's true.
Yeah.
So are there any quotes that you live by? Is there anything that inspires you as far as like quotes that you have on your wall or?
Yes. So I love the quote by Maya Angelou that says, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And I try to live my life that way as much as I can, because I think no matter what you do, whether it's work or home, if you could just show a little compassion and empathy for people, that it lasts for a long time.
You do a very good job of that. Lisa Berry says you have a huge heart and you care about people. You do. And you have a very cute puppy with a bigger heart. She's adorable.
She's here somewhere. She's probably walking around the office somewhere.
Oh, Davin liked your quote.
Thanks, Davin.
So is there anything that you want to talk about that you're up to these days that's making you positive, that keeps you positive?
Yes. So I feel like, well, I'm going on vacation soon. I know I'm very nervous about it though, because, solopreneur, but I got people that are going to have my back while I'm gone. So I'm very excited about that. And I also am looking forward to hiring an employee soon. So I have spent this pandemic with a lot of service with my customers, because it's been a very weird time, a very new time. There's a lot of things that are just uncharted territory for everyone. But I've been spending a lot of my downtime creating a onboarding program that I can implement, and it's coming soon. So I'm going to be hiring someone, and that's been super exciting, because it's turning a corner for the business, and it'll help me grow.
What qualities are you looking for in your future employee?
I am looking for someone who compliments me. So not just like me, I am a very people person. And so with people person, it takes a lot of energy for me to deal with the very small details. So all of my attention when I'm doing detailed work has to go towards that thing. So I think I would love to have somebody on my team that is detail oriented, and definitely they have to have they have to like people. I like people. And in my line of work, you don't always have to have happy conversations. So there's a lot of hard conversations, but it's rewarding because you can really help and you can do a lot. It's fun. And a lot of our clients are like family. So I need them to feel like that. So the whoever I hire needs to be part of the fam.
And love dogs, I hope, too. Because Piper comes to the
Oh,
office.
here she is. Come here, Piper. Let me see if I can get her.
She doesn't like the camera, though. She's so cute.
Yeah,
Oh.
see, she didn't.
She's mad.
I know,
Hi,
she
Piper.
She said hi.
So I really love everything that you provide for people. So what's a great way for people to connect with you?
Like specifically a client or something?
Yeah, if anybody has insurance questions or wants to have a face-to-face with you of some kind and get to know you and give you business.
Yeah, so call me at my number. I think there's a banner going across, so feel free to call me. And then reach out to me. If you're on Facebook right now, you can message me for my email, and I'll give you my email. I don't like to blast that all publicly because then I get a lot of spam. But yeah, but message me and I'll give you my email, and we can go back and forth and set an appointment. And no question is too silly. I do a lot of consulting that I don't get paid for, and that's part of my brand. So any questions that you have, I'm happy to be a resource for you.
And if anyone has any questions that you wanted to drop below or any comments, feel free to do so and we can bring them up. I know, Julia, you are a wealth of knowledge and you bring a lot to the table. And I appreciate that about you. You're so fantastic. What do you have planned for your business in the next couple of years? Do you plan on expanding beyond just one employee?
Yeah, I would hope so. We're both a hair flipper, Sammy, you have to come on. You have to do the hair flip too. He's asking who's the better. For the business, like I said, I definitely need to hire an employee. It's want and need to hire an employee ASAP to help me with customer service. And that's really my focus for the whole business is service. So that needs some support right now. And then I would really love to either bring somebody on who wants to help me focus on marketing. I think there's a lot more to be done in the marketing space for my business, but it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of attention, and it's getting super creative in an industry that's pretty stale. So that I think is on my radar in the next 5 to 10 years, definitely 10 years. And then maybe a producer too, who would actually do the sales and help grow the business organically.
That's awesome. And you have a huge philanthropic arm. I know you did some things over this period of quarantine. So do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. So the insurance carrier, I have one, Erie Insurance, who they did a whole campaign that they wanted the agents to really get involved with the local communities, which was great. And so I was able to it felt really good for me. I was able to order some catering food from a client. And then I bought a bunch of supplies as well to donate to a nursing home. And the director of the nursing home is also a client. So I was able to really bring it full circle and support super local, but also clients of ours so that they feel like they're seen, because I think the medical community, what they have done during this time is incredible, especially, I don't know about other parts of the country, but in Westchester, I mean, we were locked down and they had to work all the time. And I know this particular client has 3 kids and she was working 2 jobs, so hospital and nursing home, and her husband works. So I really appreciate that. And I just always love an opportunity to be able to get involved in something that feels like grassroots, feels like home. It feels like you're giving to something tangible as opposed to
so thoughtful.
Yeah. I tend to like to do things more local and more tangible than just throw money at an organization, but never say never. You know, you never know.
You're like we did a Winesgiving together and we raised money for a national organization one time. But that was close to home too. And one of your clients, my mom.
Yeah, your mom. We did that with Parkinson's.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah, and then there's also an organization in Mount Kisco that I wanted to get more involved with, but it took a lot of time. They want something it was more like a full-time job, but I'm super supportive of it. It's called the Neighbors Link, and they help assimilate the Hispanic community and the immigrants that came here that didn't get any of the support that they need. And they do everything from childcare, they do English classes, and I can walk there from my office, and I just feel like that organization is awesome. So I've worked with them a little bit. Feeding Westchester is awesome. I don't know if anybody has ever worked there, but they have this mobile food truck, and they what I love is that they donate fresh food. So it's not just canned and boxed. It's like meat and eggs and dairy and food that actually people want to eat that's healthy, that's not just processed all the time. So they've been awesome. Who else? I feel like we've done a couple other things. What do you think?
We've done so much.
Yeah, I feel like I try to focus around the local community for sure. I love focusing and supporting children. Like, I think kids, it's a big deal. Families, keeping them together and supported. That's a passion of mine. Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot more than some people. So I think, that contributes a lot to your happiness, being able to give back and support local community. I feel like it feels so good to do that. And that definitely makes you feel good for a long time.
Yeah, you probably relate. When you're a business owner, you have to be very centered around yourself, and you have to constantly be watching yourself and growing. And there's this push to keep focus. But sometimes you get over yourself. You just want to, what are you doing it for? So it's nice to be able to get out of your own mess and get involved with something that feels really good. So.
That's awesome. So is there anything you want to say to everyone? We're going to close out. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you. You didn't really have a choice in the matter, but.
But I love this. This is so great. I love that you're doing this. And I hope everybody has a fabulous Friday and a wonderful weekend. Get some sunshine, because dose of sunshine. And I hope today's night off good. Yeah, well.
It's a beautiful day today. All right. Have a wonderful morning, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you all very soon.
Bye.
See you next week.